Good morning everyone. This is Kaelan Kamikawa. The topic to be taken up this time is I would like to mention the dissatisfaction with the video editing app, CapCut. Well, there are many details, but after all, the biggest complaint is that I have a bad taste for audio www. Most of the songs are as short as 15 to 30 seconds. The sound is so noisy that I can't make it into BGM. Why are CapCut songs so bad? At first I thought, well, it's made in China. I'm very sorry. But if you think about it carefully, CapCut is an app originally developed for TikTok, isn't it? So is there only a flashy song for short dance videos? There is no calm BGM for YouTube that you can use as background music for narration. Is that the reason? When I actually asked in the genre of Cure, there were about 15 songs of music called BGM. Well, these are certainly calm, and they are 1 minute long, so they can certainly be used. Even so, the number is small and I get bored. So last time, as the saying goes, the lawn next door is blue. There are a lot of good background music in other video editing apps, so let's use it. I thought, VLLO, iMovie, VN, Vita, InShot, Videoday, KineMaster, Rush. I want to try the BGM of all kinds of apps such as Videoly, Splice, Perfect Video, etc. And continued to install the app. And in conclusion, as I reported in the previous video, when I tried to use it, I found that it could be used. First, with CapCut, create and save a video without BGM. Besides, it is a method of adding BGM with these other apps. Certainly, technically and for free, it was possible to add background music. Even if a watermark is added, or even if the video cannot be saved, save with screen recording. Then extract only the audio with CapCut and paste it into the original video. Well, you can add background music in a fairly aggressive way, I discovered that. However, when I tried it, I realized again that this is no good. The reason is, first, it takes too much time to save. Even if it is technically possible, it is a lot of stress to take time and effort. It was not a practical level that I highly recommend to everyone. 2. I can't choose music. Even if the number of songs selected increases with this method, music is stored separately in each app. It is not possible to narrow down the theme and derive the optimal solution. In other words, you can only select from other apps appropriately. 3. The image quality deteriorates. If you save it many times, it doesn't look like it, but even though it is digital, there is a risk of image quality deterioration, which is not very desirable. 4. Squeeze iPhone storage. Because I installed many apps, it consumes about 10 gigabytes of iPhone storage. I've run out of work area. In other words, although it takes time and effort, the optimum solution cannot be obtained. The image quality deteriorates, and the work is difficult. I gave up early and late and uninstalled many apps. And I found out using the free music material download site on the internet, it means that the cost performance is the best. There are dozens of such music download sites, even with a quick search. In addition, there are countless tens of thousands of BGMs on one site. Moreover, it is divided into genres, making it easy to select. Download your favorite songs for free. All you have to do is paste it into the video. I used to be a standard memo app. I recommend managing your favorites on the internet. This time too, I was able to easily manage the music download site that way. Please take a look at the previous videos around here. No hassle, no money, no iPhone storage. I realized again that I can get the optimal solution. So, everyone is doing, download free BGM on the site. I recommend that again. However, here again, I would like to report that there were some problems that were not so easy. 1. On smartphones, from the internet site you can't easily download MP3 files. From a PC, you can download what you can download with a single right click. On smartphones, even if you press and hold the song title, you cannot download it. I did a lot of trial and error there, but I found that it can be downloaded with a free app called Clipbox Plus. The method is 1. Press and hold the MP3 file to copy the URL. 2. Paste the address in Clipbox Plus. 3. From the menu, save to File, My Collection. However, it is saved in a folder called My Collection on the iPhone. It seems that Clipbox Plus alone cannot be saved in Camera Roll. The menu called Camera Roll is grayed out and cannot be saved. I don't know if there is any other way. Even in the file management application, Documents, when I try to move to the Camera Roll, I get an error. CapCut, unlike VLLO, can only select files from the Camera Roll. As it is, CapCut alone cannot finish editing. Editing with VLLO is one way, but if you want to edit with CapCut only, load this music file into a free equalizer app called Easy Audio Cut. I found that the method of save to camera roll with this app works. Please try it. Next, I would like to talk about CapCut's dissatisfaction number 2. It's about the effects of CapCut. Although CapCut is a free app, it has a wealth of effect functions. This is something that other apps don't have, and it's just amazing. There are so many text effects that it's hard to choose. Is it just a sad human saga? If there are so many effects, is there a better effect? Then, I just get greedy. As a result of research, there are some effect apps, but all are very expensive and few are free. Even if you can use it for free, it will have a watermark. So, isn't it easy to remove the watermark? I just thought about it and found some ways. 1. Use the Video Watermark app. I tried various things, but unfortunately there wasn't a very good app. 2. Use the Mask function of CapCut. This is useful for some effects. In other words, video without watermark, and video with watermark. Use CapCut's Inset Synthesis to accurately superimpose the two. And from Video with Watermark, only the watermark part, use the Mask function to make it transparent. Then the two videos will overlap, so in the transparent part, the part without the watermark below is displayed. If the watermark doesn't move, you can use this method. Unfortunately, it cannot be used for effects that rotate the video. 3. Another option is to make all the background transparent with CapCut. If you make the entire background transparent and use a different background, the watermark will disappear. However, this can also be used if the person is the target of the effect. If the target of the effect is background, it doesn't make sense because the effect itself is gone. I wondered if there are the above 3 methods. Well, it's just a matter of paying obediently, but www. So, there are still more requests for CapCut. I want you to be able to read from other than the camera roll. I want you to be able to cure the sound gap. I want you to be able to add a mosaic. I want you to attach a trash can. I want you to be able to make thumbnails. I want you to be able to save it as MP4. I want you to make sure that you can't save it. I want you to be able to make videos into manga. I want you to be able to process not only your face but also your body so that you can lose weight. There are still more requests for CapCut, but this time we will end here www. However, CapCut is a free but really great app, isn't it? We would like to thank the author. That's all.